On mine.
Alrighty. So, welcome on into Session 7, where we pick up the party had fought the beginning of a bloody battle, but instead struck a deal with the troll named Talvasir. So let's do a little bit of an overview, since a lot of info was revealed last week. Now, Talvasir had promised the party both peace and power only if they would destroy the Kobold tribe of Ashar Dalan, which is resurfacing due to the mountain's quakes. After agreeing, the party was healed, granted treasure, and the Orb of Chartilifax, which was said to be the object of a god, a symphony, and a sovereignty. And then the party was left to traverse their way all the way back to the beginning. So I had scrolled up and realized Greta had said via chat to loot the 3 dead kobolds, and I missed that last session, so let's go ahead and handle that real quick. So the first thing you would have noticed about them is they were very equipped. Each one wore studded leather armor and boasted both a short sword and a shield with the side of throwing knives. If you guys would like to loot those.
I would love me some throwing knives.
Alright. So, Samson, that is what you find. If Greta wants to take any, go ahead and subtract those.
Somewhere in Barovia, Crimson nods in approval of throwing.
I mean, I would love me some throwing knives, but does he use them too?
Oh, he's not in this plane.
Wait, what?
Never mind.
We can just split the knives. Otherwise, y'all can have everything. Whatever.
I'm
I did get the fish's dagger, so, I mean, y'all can take the little ones if you need them.
So, Greta wants to take all the daggers.
I mean, I don't have to take them. My bow probably does more than, well, no, my daggers do more, don't they?
Okay, so Greta takes the daggers. Samson, go ahead and mark the 3 short swords and shields if you want to. And I cannot hear Samson.
Yes, hello.
Hello, were you muted?
I was not muted, just figuring things out.
Oh, okay. Well, nevertheless, the kobolds were taken down by the topiaries Signy had let go prior. And upon closer inspection, the party had found layers of fine, yet agonizing, lesions all over their body, still seeping resin. And even after being healed by Samson, those wounds would not close. Now, afterwards, the party had explored the 2 side rooms and discovered one chamber was packed to the ceiling with goblinoid bones, which were both charred and gnawed upon. Presumably, they were eaten over a fire. And the other housed a mysterious water system functioning off enslaved methods. So, Greta, you peered into the opened keg and saw 5 tiny sapphires shining underneath transparent sludge. Now, where it was assumed to be water, you now see the consistency isn't quite right, and oddly enough, there's no smell either.
Can I use Mage Hand to pull the things out?
You can.
I mean, I don't think she would be able to reach them in all honesty.
Probably not.
Okay.
So this takes you a little while, but you do manage to get all 5 tiny sapphires out of the barrel.
Yay!
So go ahead and mark. You have 5 tiny sapphires worth, I just clicked out, but they should be 10 gold pieces each.
I mean, should those go in the... Isn't Samson keeping track of all the loot?
Yes, he is, sorry.
Yes, I am. Yes.
So Samson, go ahead and do that.
Please do.
Hey,
I'm just
isn't her,
staring. I'm just being
isn't
like,
her-
look out!
isn't
Look at
her,
They are worth each.
hey, her saving throw was messed up.
Is it?
I'm not sure why that would have a saving throw for Mage Hand. And that could be disabled. I'll take a look at it in a second. Samson, go ahead and mark that. Put it in chat.
Alright, it's marked.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
just be like,
did
look, Gil, I found some things. Okay, so yeah, we looted the thing.
so did anybody want to investigate anything else while we're here?
I think I'm good.
All right.
Banging on the door, guys?
Well, I had a plan for that, real quick. So before we go in, there's a couple things that we know, right?
Right, so that takes us to where we had left off at the cliffhanger. Signy, behind this door, you heard more Yip-Yak echoing down the distant halls beyond. And there must be dozens of them responding. So what do you do?
So I look to the rest of the party and I say, we might want to be a little bit tactful. Because clearly they know that we're...
Tactful as always.
Question.
My quick thought is maybe Samson can say something, like, oh, we're gonna charge in, and then maybe we like throw a body in and they attack that before and they just get scared. I don't know.
Wait, did you say that there was goo in that barrel?
Uh-huh.
Let's take a look at whatever goop remains on the sapphire, please.
Okay.
Is anybody capable of investigating the goop on the sapphire?
I would allow a survival check. So since Uruk's not here, that would be Signy.
Investigation?
Survival.
Oh, survival. Character sheet.
And 11. Why don't you go ahead and have done that with advantage, because Ulrich should be here, technically. An 8.
Not better.
Oh.
Okay.
Can I sense anything coming off of the goo?
So let's go ahead and handle his survival first.
Yeah.
Signy.
Hmm?
Your best guess is that this is some kind of plant matter that has been reduced. So whatever it was cooked in water until it formed some sort of gel. What it is, you cannot quite tell, fortunately.
Can I take just like a tiny bit between my forefinger and my thumb? Is it like sticky?
Yes. Just a little bit, but not quite. It's more of a gelatin, which is very strange.
What do the rest of the group?
What does it smell like?
It has absolutely no smell at all. So, Psychor, you asked if you could sense something, right?
Yeah, from it.
So, you want to try to use an Arcana on this.
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead and roll it. A 15. Okay. So, from the majority of all of what you've seen in the Sunken Citadel, everything has had an aura.
Mhm.
This, however, does not. It has a very faint residual glow to it, but that would probably, by your best guess, only be because it was encasing magical creatures, which
Mhm.
would be the two methods.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this is a very mundane substance. Now, Betty, you wanted to try to offer this to Squeakers.
I mean, I would see if he was interested in it.
Okay.
I mean, if he's just like, what the fuck, then she's not worried about it. If he's like, ooh, yeah, cool, then, she's just curious how he responds.
I just want to say, when everybody else wants to step on Mr. Squeakers, it's like, oh, we're butthole. But when she wants to potentially give him poisonous substances,
No, I am relying on him to know when something is poisonous to him.
So, how are you going to offer this to Squeakers?
I am going to sit on the ground, and I am going to put a little dollop on the floor, and kind of like motion to him.
Okay.
I'm going to
So-
convey the concept of gift. Gift.
Okay. So it takes him a minute, but after a little while, he does come over to investigate and looks very apprehensive at your gift, and then scurries off.
Oh no! She
I would
would
like-
totally go after him.
I would like to attempt to take a small amount and light it on fire.
Okay.
Where does Squeakers go? Because she would totally go after him, being like, "No, I'm sorry, come back."
He disappears into a little hole in the wall that is right here.
Can I send Mage Hand in to get him?
Roll me a 1d20. And Narvigus, you want to try to light it on fire, right?
Just a little bit.
Okay, so what do you have that is flammable?
I should have some torches.
Greta is supposed to still have the torch from the room.
Oh yeah, I do still have that torch, don't I?
Yeah, so I'm gonna borrow her torch.
Okay.
I mean, she would-
Psychor, why don't you give me another Arcana check with advantage? Because this is something that came up before.
Yeah. Woohoo! Did I hit it?
22. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I hit it. Yeah.
So, these Everflame torches are actually incapable of lighting anything on fire. They produce no heat and only act as a light source.
Ah, ha ha ha.
So if you did try to use them to light it on fire, I'm afraid it wouldn't tell you very much.
Alright, I'll pull out one of the torches from my backpack and light the thing on fire. If
You probably,
I was just going to see if we have a big bucket of flammable liquid, because that would be awesome to open the door with.
you could probably try a tinderbox.
Yeah, tinderbox will be fine. Don't
Okay,
need to
so
waste a torch.
you're gonna try to use your tinderbox.
Yeah.
Okay, so you try to give it a spark, and it doesn't take. It smolders a little bit, and produces a little puff of smoke, but not quite enough to get it going.
What do you say? Do Greta, Samson,
Huh?
do one of you have fireball?
I can't do anything with fire. Sorry.
No, I do not.
Say, guys, what exactly are we preparing for on the other side of the door?
We're preparing to fight what could be an entire city full of kobolds.
Well, given the structure, I doubt it'll be the entire city all at once. I mean, maybe we should just open a door.
Wait, I want to get Mr. Squeakers and hide in another room before you open the door.
The
Okay.
only thing is, as soon as we open the door, they're clearly ready. So if you were ready for an attack, what would you do? Stand at the other side of the room with ready arrows and things like that?
I'd
I would
probably
stand
traps.
here and get them from the door when they pass me.
Well, even if this liquid can't be lit on fire, maybe we can pour it and pour through the door crack, and they'll lose their balance by the time we kick this door open.
I don't think they're near the door. I don't think they're gonna
Refer
come
to
to
that.
us either.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be sprung upon when we open the door. I think our danger is going
Wait,
to come
why do
in
you not think that, Si?
because it's the same reason why, you know, we are worried about going in there. You know, they don't want to come into our controlled territory, and we don't want to go into theirs.
Well, we can't stand here all day. So what are
No.
we doing?
Well, that's why I suggested we throw something in there, so that if they are ready and waiting for us, they get frightened and attack the first thing they see first.
Okay. Do one of you have animate dead?
No,
Hold
maybe we
on,
could just
what?
try a
Wow.
corpse though.
Narvigil, do you actually suggest using Anime Dead?
I was about to say I was close my eyes really, really hard, but yeah, I guess I shouldn't. I'll retract that.
Yeah, like wow.
Okay,
I mean, I had
so
minor
the thought
illusion.
occurs to you in Narvigil, but something tells you in the back of your mind that wouldn't really be very kosher.
It's
No,
just
I just
rebirth.
actually want to see
you know.
you guys animate dead, and then every time one pops up, I chop it in half and say sorry. Won't happen.
Hey Gil, I can make it look like one of us is standing here, and then we can all hide to the side so it attacks an illusion.
That, Samson,
Yes.
you like that one? She just makes an illusion of one of us standing here, and then we all hide in our crevices, open the door, and see if a shot's come out. Similar to your plan.
Well, it sounds better than me shouting that we're charging in and then throwing a dead body in there.
Hey, that was a very valid plan. Thank you very much. Can you throw your voice, Samson?
You can actually throw sound with minor illusion too, by the way.
Can you do both at the same time, though?
I
No.
don't think so. No, I can do one or the other.
She can handle the sound. I can
This
handle
is
the
a
sight.
sound or an image.
Yeah, so she can
Well,
handle
there's
the sound,
two people,
and I
then
can
yeah, that's
handle the
a
sight.
completely
Yeah.
I mean,
they would
but-
not occur simultaneously. That's a little bit of semantics, but it would take an action 6 seconds to have the image go, and then another 6 seconds to have the sound go.
Well,
you're
That's
talking
why
about
two
two different
do it at
people.
the same time.
the cantrip for minor illusion has a duration of 1 minute.
Go
So
ahead
I
and click on it.
So I can create. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So I could. I don't think it requires concentration either.
It doesn't, but it would still take 2 casts to do both.
Right. But if we're not in combat yet, could you create the illusion of the vision and then create the illusion of sound and someone opens the door?
If there were 2 people doing the illusion at the same time, yes.
Okay.
Moral 20 is lagging.
Well, it looks like both Darren and I have it, so we could certainly make this happen.
Who is this Darren you speak of?
believe his
Yay.
name is Sai.
Hey, creepy gnome man, help me do this.
Oh, okay, child.
So she would totally make an exact copy of her because that is an appropriate size, except maybe like 2 inches.
Oh, really? You're gonna do that?
What?
I'm gonna make you sound like a crying child.
Just do me a favor, guys. All right, we will get out of the doorway, and then make sure that when they hit it, you make dying noise, so they investigate it.
I could also just light up this hallway so it appears darker in the rooms that we're in.
So yeah, I think I'll go right here where I have line of sight to do the throw.
Okay.
Yeah, if we do it like there, so we both can see what we're doing.
But we want this thing to walk through the door, right? So you probably have to come over to my side. Join me.
And then Urich is not standing there too. But just put that out there.
Can I move the object?
There we go.
I don't think I can move it. I think we just have to open the door and let them see it standing there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just and then just make it crumple. It's dead.
Yeah. Alright, so Samson, it's up to you. Who opens the door?
I mean, Greta can open it with her mage hand if she.
Can I do that while I have an illusion going?
Just
I mean, I
just
guess
do the
once-
illusion and then mage hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you said, it's not a concentration.
Okay, then yeah, that's fine. They're both cantrips.
Okay. So, between Greta and Psychor, you make it look like there is a tiny gnomish woman standing in the corridor crying like a baby. And as the door opens by mage hand, all the sounds of Yip Yak beyond immediately cut out. Go ahead and reveal a little bit of what's visible from your angle. There is, however, no hail of arrows.
Yeah, some reason I wasn't expecting like that. I wasn't expecting like a hail of arrows. or
All right.
anything.
So what we're gonna do is, I have a bag of ball bearings that I was gonna give to Greta. I'm gonna go ahead. Can I peek out and throw those into the?
You can. You're gonna try to throw those into the doorway.
Yeah, unless Greta's better at throwing than me, but she's on the other side, which would then tell me nobody on this side is dexterity.
I do actually have a bag of ball bearings in my own inventory as well.
Oh, okay. Well,
Would you like me to throw those?
we should both throw them. More ball bearings, the better.
As Greta and Armagil shout this across the corridor.
I should have used a message on you. Oh, but it requires a short piece of copper wire. Okay, I want to attempt to use my orb so I can talk to him.
Okay. So you take out this 20 pound
Cracked
Deep-
crystal.
deep red cracked crystal orb. Okay. So as you try to manifest this cantrip, it's a very simple one, but it does, however, require a component. You feel it tug on your hand as you channel. And the spell does work. It does fire. But your hand is stuck to it.
Oh. I could just see her boy. Gil. So she could talk to you silently. Woo. Hey, Gil, let's throw the bee.
I get the message, and we do just.
Woo. I mean, and now she's like, after she threw. What do I have to roll to throw the things?
Strength check. Oh, I thought you meant the orb. Never mind. Just the
No.
ball bearings. Covers 10 feet on a side. All right. So you both throw out 2 bags of ball bearings, and they do spill out all over the doorway. But again, nothing happens.
Guys, they're not gonna leave the room.
Yes, kobolds are cowards. Very well.
And if we do, I
so I
guarantee you, as soon as someone steps in there, they're gonna get hit.
Let's send someone in there while they're stealthed, like while they're undercover.
Hey guys, I can't get this ball off.
I guess I'm gonna pick up my shield and nod to Signy. Stealth? I mean, even if we could get through, that's not gonna make us invisible.
We're gonna try to stealth into the room that's filled with ball bearings now.
Okay, well, if they're not coming out here, can I just like come stand out here and look through the doorway?
Yes. Okay. So as you do this, I'm going to reveal the rest of what you can see from that position, which is about to here. And if I can get roll 20 to comply, which I cannot, one throwing knife is thrown all the way down this hallway at Greta. as soon as you step out into the doorway, you see this clever little bastard was standing and watching the whole time.
So do I now use a dexterity saving throw? I mean, I feel like she would be expecting it to come at her. Oh, well, see, it didn't even hit her.
No, he did not. So it flies down the corridor and clatters harmlessly aside.
Oh, there's a snake thing! Can I I want to throw a dagger at it.
Yeah, show him I
Okay.
was done, Greta.
My money was on her picking up the dagger. I would have lost.
17 for 8. So you hurl this knife all the way down, right back at this kobold. And actually, I just realized that that's 20 feet. Roll it one more time.
Oh, disadvantage?
Yep. Little bit more realistic. It raises its shield, and it embeds itself harmlessly right there, and it steps into the darkness.
Hey, there was a bug, a lizard thing.
Well, now we have our answer.
Yes, but do we have a solution? We don't want to go in there, and they're certainly not going to come out. We don't have anything to strike them while they're in the dark. Actually,
Don't we have lights we can throw in there? Look, we said we were going to
what's-
kill the things.
What's this thing? It's a table.
Yeah, what do I see?
It is. Okay, so from your position,
Like, what is that?
you can see on this wall crudely executed symbols and glyphs inscribed in a bright green dye, decorating this, well, large and from what you can tell, irregularly shaped, crumbling chamber. You also see that small wooden bench is draped with a green cloth with several small objects presented upon it, but you're not close enough.
And I have to go through a bunch of ball bearings.
Yes.
You guys are so smart.
fuck you, Psychor.
Fuck it. Let's do it.
All
I mean,
right,
can we
rage
just
on
gather up? Look, we don't have to go through the. Look, if nothing's attacking us, let's just pick up the ball.
You just got
You
attacked. They're gonna keep
Realize that
attacking
as
us.
soon as they come, they're going to attack us. So I pull out my shield and my mace. You want to get angry, Adaris?
Yep. Are we
Let's
gonna
go.
roll initiative? Or are we just gonna go straight in? I don't know how you want to do this, Ben.
How would I?
It's still your move.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna rage and then just head inside, taking careful not to slip on the ball bearing.
Okay, so if it's just Signy and Armigil, are you following?
Yeah, that's why I grab my shield. I'm going.
Both of you need to roll a dexterity saving throw twice as you try to skid across all of the ball bearings that have been thrown in this hallway. Not at advantage.
I have danger sense. I get advantage on dex saves.
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Signy skids across, and although a little bit close on the second check, you pull it off. A Narmigil, however, gets about halfway and then slips and falls right on his ass. Now, unfortunately, they were holding their action.
That's okay. That means that they're shooting ranged weapons at me while I'm on my ass, right?
Yes, it does.
That means they have disadvantage.
On you. And you entered second.
Well, yeah.
So I'll go ahead and reveal the rest of this chamber, at least from what you can see from that position.
I am raging by the words.
Yes, you are. Okay. And then I will reveal all the clever little buggers who have been waiting. Let's see. It's not where that one's supposed to be, but go. You are supposed to be there. Okay. So that is 5 daggers thrown from stealth. That's Signy, and I believe they are all within 20 feet by and large. Who is not? Okay, He's not. He's not. But the rest are okay. So 3 with advantage and 2 regular.
If this one's throwing the dagger, he has disadvantage just because it's ranged in melee.
That is true. So that's 3 regular and 2 with advantage.
Yeah.
And then wait, not that. This. 3. Go ahead and keep that critical failure. Why not? So the only one that manages to hit is that 24 for 7, and you do of course reduce the damage down to 3. As a cacophony of throwing knives are thrown right at Signy, but luckily you were quite ready for them, and now everybody needs to roll initiative. Go ahead and grab theirs real quick.
Really smart.
So what should we have done besides sit there all day and wait forever, Ben?
Ben? Who's Ben?
I said, man. So what the fuck ever? What should we have done besides sit there and wait forever?
First off, you shouldn't have clogged the doorway.
Alright, is that everybody? Samson, Sakar, Signy, Greta, Nargil, Orik.
So I mean, what was your idea to get into here and make them attack then?
I had a couple of tricks I wanted to try, but
So
this
you
is fun
didn't
too.
say anything, so leave the negative comments be. Let's play.
That is not supposed to be an
Well,
advantage.
I didn't help you fail.
Alrighty. So, Greta, you're watching all of this unfold from the safety of the corridor. What do you do?
No, but they can't. Okay, well, I am not pleased with them attacking my friend Gil. So, I feel like I would get just close enough to be able to see one with and shoot at him with my arrows.
So, in order for you to do that, you would have to go into the chamber.
Okay, well, then I guess that's what I'm doing.
Okay? So, you need to roll 2 dexterity saving throws.
Is it fair to say that because Gil fell down, there's a good spattering of them no longer there?
It was 2 bags.
So, one save?
Roll me 1 save.
Ha! Ha!
Okay.
I'm totally gonna miss
24.
now. I'm totally gonna miss now.
So, you managed to make it into the chamber. Go ahead and use your movement.
Okay, actually, if there's one closer to me... No, I'm gonna... if there's one closer to me, I feel like I should hit that one because it's the one that's probably gonna attack me after.
Okay. Roll for it.
Well, if I'm hitting one next to me, I'm gonna use a dagger and my vicious dagger as opposed to bow and arrow.
Okay. A 20 and 21.
Oh,
Okay.
and when I roll a 20 with the magic weapon, the target takes an extra 2d6 piercing damage.
Only on a natural 20 on your dice. You roll a 14.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Okay, so describe to me how you gut this kobold like a fish.
Oh, like a fish? Okay, so she, prances into the room and sees the little reptile thing and is pleased that it's her height, and she takes both of her daggers and she points him down and she rams him into his eyeballs. And then she jumps on him and then steps back and pulls her weapons out and is, super pleased with
And down it goes. Is that your turn?
I don't think I can move again, so yes.
Alright. Signy, what do you do?
What? Yeah, move up to this guy. I'm gonna swing.
Alright.
Swing.
A 25 for 16. Describe to me how you knock this one out of the ballpark.
Just that. I'm not gonna have the ballpark and it hits the wall. It's gone.
and it flies into the darkness of this long corridor, and you never hear from it again. Is that your turn?
Yep.
Alright, Psychor, what's your move?
I'm going to just come right here and just do a mind thrust at this guy. And then I'm going to
Alright.
move back after. There. Oh, wait, I should probably. Oh, never mind. And I'm going to move back.
So that is a intelligence saving throw. And he fails. It's safe to say you thoroughly melt this kobold's brain. And it goes down in a tumble on the spot.
Yeah.
Apparently, was not expecting that at all. Their turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, just still smoking my pipe and just watching.
So Uruk is going to try to make his way across. And he has to do the same. I do not believe he has anything this. Okay. But he's not very bad at it. Apparently he is very bad at it. And the moment he steps on him, he slips and falls, unfortunately. So that would be his turn. Narmigo, what do you do?
Alright, I get up. And let's see, that leaves me with 15. Yeah, so I get up and I go and hit that guy.
All right, roll for it. A 23 for 9. Nice. Everybody's rolling pretty high. Describe to me how you take him out.
Oh, so I get him, I chop him. No, I'm sorry, I stab him, and then I use the rest of that stab to drop him on top of at least a section of the not caltrops, ball bear. So somebody can use him as a carpet.
Okay. So you impale this kobold and then dump it over the ball bearings and make it safe for the rest of the party to cross. Is that your turn?
Yes, that's my turn. Greta, why wouldn't you be able to attack with 2 blades?
You still would have got him with the
Oh,
first
right. You have an orb
But,
stuck
yeah.
on your head.
I just
Good
realized. Yeah, she's standing there with like one orb stuck on her hand and like poking at the thing with the vicious dagger.
I guess you could technically pip slap with it. It would be like a,
Is she strong enough to pick up that orb with one hand?
With one hand. What's your carry weight?
More than I weigh, which is ridiculous.
Probably.
65 pounds. It's
But you still can't hold anything with that hand.
incorrect.
And it is very heavy. So that does take us to their turn. So, this kobold is going to run. Let's see. Okay. So let's handle this first. Clambering out of this doorway, 2 more kobolds were revealing themselves. And down the hallway, Signy, you hear a bunch of scrambling as these guys enter the scene as well. So let's go ahead and see. Yeah, okay. So let's start left, right. Signy, these kobolds scurry right around you into an ambush of sorts. And unfortunately, kobolds are very good at this. And they make 2 quick slashes at you, and apparently they're not very good at this.
They try.
And now
Well, they're
Miguel,
good at surrounding you. They're not good at hitting you.
these kobolds try the very same thing, and they gang up on you.
Alright, I'm using my shield. Oh, damn. I guess I actually couldn't do what I said I did. Never mind. I'm guessing back down to 16. I meant to pull out my shield to walk in the door, but I guess I did just say I used my broadsword, so I am still at 16.
Yep. Okay. So the two flanking you make slashes. That 19 for 9 does hit. The other one, the odd one.
Whoa. Now it does hit, right? Both of those guys hit me. Cool. They both take 5.
They do. So that 19 for 9 and that 21 for 5 do hit. And your Armor of Lathander. Scrolling up for it. Go ahead and click on it again.
Will do.
Is it 10 temp HP?
It should be a little bit of temp HP, but mostly the damage shield. Which, as I recall, is 5, yes.
Alright, I need to roll concentration twice.
Yes, you do. And that will determine whether or not the second one takes any damage as well. You do pass, so you do keep it up, and they both take it. As two small beams of light bounce off of Anomigal's armor and sear the eyes of these kobolds. They do yelp in pain, but they're still up. So go ahead and adjust your health. And I do believe that is their turn. So Samson, what do you do?
I'm gonna start moving into the room.
Alright. Now luckily, all of these ball bearings have been disturbed enough, and there's a kobold body littering half of them. You can go ahead and pass. I'm gonna just go ahead and move this so that I can see.
You should be able to right-click the token and tell it to go to the back as well.
That is a thing. To back. Thank you. I forgot.
You're welcome.
You are flanking this guy, so go ahead and roll that twice. Roll one more time. But you did have advantage. 15 for 7, however, it checks it right off of its small buckler.
+2 damage because fighting style dueling.
But unfortunately, it does not connect.
Okay, never mind.
Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Alright, Signy. Or not Signy, Greta. Good lord.
Can I help Ulrich up?
He can get up on his own on the next turn.
Okay, so really what I want to do is get this orb off of me so I can use my bow.
Okay. So do you want to do that first?
Yeah?
Go ahead and make me a strength check.
No.
Okay. So you give it a couple tugs, and then you try turning it upside down and flicking it, and it just won't come off of your hand. It's like it's super glued, and it stays right in place. Is that your turn? Are you going to move?
I guess I can't throw anything. I guess that was my whole action. Well, then I am going to get behind that table, and I would like to use my bonus action to hide.
Okay. You can absolutely do that. Go ahead and roll stealth for me. A 26. Okay, so Greta disappears. Is that your turn?
Yeah, I think so. I did my action, I did my movement, and I did my bonus. So, yeah.
Yep. Okay. Now, Signy, what do you do?
I want to go ahead and use Reckless so I can get advantage and then hit one of the kobolds.
All right. Go for it. An 18 for 12. And it does connect. Describe how you take it out.
Okay. I'm just gonna start a pile of them over here. So this one just gets sailing over to where the other one was.
So you line up for another swing, and it goes flying with a crash. Buckler, short sword, and daggers just spraying out all over the floor, and it disappears into the darkness with the rest. Is that your turn?
Yeah, and I just turned to meet the other one.
All
You're
right.
next, bud.
Psychor, what do you do?
Pretty much the same. I'm gonna try to go for select move. This one. So I'm just gonna come to the doorway, peek through, and then pull back. Well, peek through, attack, and then pull back is what I mean.
All right.
Ooh,
And who are you targeting?
this guy.
Okay. And that is an intelligence check. Which it fails miserably.
So you already had 5 damage. I know kobolds are weak.
So you poke your head out and you do your psionic attack, and it screams the loudest, highest pitch curse word in Yip-Yak anybody has ever heard before, but it is still alive, albeit barely. Is that your turn?
Yeah. I moved the way I would be.
Alright. And that would finally take us to Ulrich. Again. So he's going to pick his sorry ass up. And holding his hip rather sorely, he steps into the room. So he is going to... Okay, so he can't quite make it. But he will go ahead and throw his axes. So he could do it with advantage from here for playing. Okay. So he gets advantage. He's going to lob this one straight into the back of this kobold, which crashes right against an armadillo, thoroughly dead. And he's going to send another hatchet flying at the other one to the left, but this is a normal attack. And this one, however, does not hit, unfortunately. So he misses by quite a wide margin. So Narmagil, what do you do?
Alright, I'm going to try to hit the kobold on the north with my...
Okay. So you try to give it an overhead swipe, and it raises its buckler, and it glances right off, rather harmlessly. Unfortunately, he is prepared for that. Is that your turn?
Can I try to just punch the one next to me?
Yes.
So that's just a D20 flat with my strength. No, this is D20 flat, and then it's a D4 plus strength, right? Or is it
Yes.
just 1 plus?
It would be improvised, technically, so the damage would only be 1d4, and because this is a bonus attack, you do not get modifier damage.
It doesn't matter anyway.
No, so you tap it on its snout, and it does not look very impressed. Is that your turn?
Yeah, I told it attaboy.
Alright, so that takes us to the kobolds.
You hear Greta cheering at you in your mind.
Signy, just with your passive perception, you hear a cacophony of yip-yak going on in the background. It is rather panicked, and you hear the skittering, very sharp claws across cobbled floor, and 2 more pop into the scene.
Oh, nice.
We got more.
Alright.
They replicate like bunnies.
Now, unfortunately, they do prefer to dog up on somebody, so that's exactly what they're going to do. And this one that's over by Narmagil is going to step in for the ambush. Okay. So again, left to right. 2 at advantage for Signy. Ow.
Yow.
Not so much. And 1 regular. Achan, okay. So the one that's standing right behind you gets a really, really deep backstab for 12 damage as it digs in. You do, however, only take 6, but these things are rather ruthless. Now, Narmagil, these 2 are going to try to do the same thing to you. A 22 and an 8.
Which one? That's a 22?
Top to bottom. So this one at the very top gets blown away in a flash of light and actually incinerates.
Oh, cool.
The only thing you see is the charred ash remains of an empty suit of studded leather armor. So give me a concentration check. A 6.
And it goes.
It does finally go off. Since the other one missed, did not hit anyway. So, Samson, what do you do?
Well, another one just moved right in front of me, so I'm going to do the same thing as I did last time.
All
If
right.
you have advantage this time.
Yes, you do.
Get it, Samson. I believe in you.
Samsung needs a crit. An 18 for 11, that is close enough.
Woohoo!
Describe how you kill it.
I just stab it and pull out my rapier, and then it just falls.
Rather unceremoniously, it does go down in a clatter. Is that your turn?
Do you just like thwack it with your rapier like drumsticks?
Yes, that is my turn.
Alright. So, Retta, it's your move.
Okay, I have given up on the ball for the moment, and I am going to just poke over enough so I can see the kobolds near Signy, and I'm going to throw a dagger.
Okay. Roll for it. A 25 for 5. Not bad.
And that
What'd you
was
shoot
a sneak, the one on the south,
Okay.
and
sneak
that was a
dice?
sneak attack, right?
Yep. 4 more damage. And it does go down with a yelp. Describe to me how you take him out.
I am going to expertly throw my dagger so that it just slices his neck open. He bleeds everywhere.
Signy, you
and
get
then
sprayed with a fine mist of crimson red blood. This is a rather gory. Sure.
and she would just be like, "Yeah," and then I want to use my bonus action die.
All right. As she
The
hops
normal
back
gives you a
under
little
the-
fist pump.
Do you need another stealth roll?
I do.
My shins are just drenched in blood now.
Yeah. So she's underneath the table,
Not
Hiding
even you
under
guys can see her.
hiding under
Is
the
that your turn?
tablecloth.
Your
Yeah.
stealth
that's it.
rolls are the truth.
All right. So,
Like,
Signy.
You're gonna jinx me, dude.
Second verse, same as the first.
A 25 for 16.
Splat. I'm building this hill. All right. the pyre's gonna be big.
There's another sharp yelp, another clatter of weaponry, and it goes flying down the hallway. Is that your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna move over here too. I'm like, you're next. Right into that pile.
All right, Psycho, what do you do?
The one next to Signy is the guy off, girl off by himself. Yeah. I'm going to attack that one. I'll just give you a ping. Yeah, this guy.
Alrighty. 1 intelligence check, not at advantage, so it does fail rather miserably. Describe how you kill him.
It looks as if it died of fear of Signy.
So it really freezes up the moment you say, "You're next, buddy," and start to wind up, and he falls down apparently in shock.
Yeah.
Take us out of initiative.
Yeah, and
Good
Psycho
job,
just
Signy.
applauds.
You gave him a headache. You gave a kobold a heart attack. Congratulations.
I swear I don't look that bad.
Well, try a little bit of this. And I give her some perfume.
You gave me perfume. I just look at it. I'm like, I don't know what this is. Is this
Can
a
we kill them
potion?
all?
For
So
now.
as before, the cacophony of yip-yak down the halls suddenly dies out. You don't hear anything more, but you do the idea there are many more.
So Greta
Hey,
would poke her head out and be like, "Hey, did we kill them all?"
Yes, Greta, they are dead. I'm gonna go ahead and use 5. Lay on my hands for 5 hit points.
Okay.
Actually, got kind of fucked up in that last battle.
Is it possible for me to help Greta get that thing off?
Oh yeah, can you help me with this? It's stuck.
I can get it off for you if you'd like.
Yeah, here.
That's actually a pretty good idea.
Before Sidecore gets to do anything smart, Signy and I are both gonna yank on
Try
this
to yank on it.
orb.
Okay.
See
Oh,
now.
don't worry, Anamagil. You'll eventually look smart, but this wasn't your proudest moment.
I'm just imagining
Straight
like Gil holding on to Greta and like Signy or whoever grabbing the orb and like yanking on both sides of her.
I'm not grabbing the orb. I don't want to get stuck. I hold up my hammer and I say, well, I could just smash it off for you.
Fine, I'll
Okay.
get it.
Anarmagil, you clasp this thing with both hands and give it a really strong tug, and it goes off of Greta's hand with a loud pop. Greta, that kind of hurt.
Yeah, that sounds like it hurt.
You take 1d4 damage, and Anarmagil, you're wearing gauntlets, right?
Yeah.
Both of your
Well,
gauntlets are fused to the orb.
Oh, I wonder. I'm wearing gloves. Why did I just take my damn gloves off? What is wrong with me?
Alright, so I am gonna go ahead and take my gauntlets off and just kind of leave them there. And I guess I will go ahead and give Greta a hit.
Okay.
Oh, I need to do a D4, right?
I rolled it for you.
Oh, okay.
So you only take 1 damage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just like, oh, my character has gloves in my picture. What is wrong with me?
So do you take your gauntlets off, Anamago?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Well,
You're gonna need to replace those, but yes.
what? I mean, I'm gonna put the orb back in my backpack. It worked in a pinch.
So
What if
now
it
you're
sticks
carrying
to
a
something in your
40-pound
backpack?
orb and whatever my gauntlets weigh.
Apparently.
Okay, so Greta, go ahead and mark down that you have 1 garnet, ruby, crystal orb with 2 metallic gauntlets fused to it.
Okay. Does it add to how much it weighs?
It now weighs 24 pounds.
Okay.
Let's call it a Katamari.
Alright, so in addition to everything that I've said about this chamber, you of course see that large fire pit in the center that shows evidence of a recent fire that has been snuffed out, as well as some kind of cage against the southern wall that has been left empty.
Can we look for traps?
Wait, before we do that, Greta,
Hey.
wait.
Huh?
Greta, I'm confused.
What?
Well, there's like 13 dead people here, and you're not digging through their pockets.
Well, because they're filthy lizard things, and also I want to know what's in this box.
Fine. I'll dig through the filthy lizard thing's pockets.
Oh no, I could do it.
No. Wouldn't want to ruin your manicure.
What's in the cage? Is there a trap? Can I see anything? What is in the mystery
What's
trap?
in the cage? Okay. So, it is a metallic cage that's been left open. It does look like it was used to restrain captives. You don't see any traps in it. You do, however, see several layers of scratch marks on the floor inside of it.
Would we be able to tell what kind of creature made those scratch marks? I'm guessing
With-
the things from that other... What are the things in that other room? What were they?
Goblins?
Those things.
Okay, yeah, goblin ones. So that would be a survival check. I'm assuming you're asking Signy. Since Signy started to chime in and wander over.
Yeah, sure. Whoever's better at it.
Sure. Let's see. If you let me have advantage,
Sure.
because it would...
Yeah, it's kind of a take-money situation. You lean down and have a look at it, and it takes you a second. But your best guess would be that they belong to several sets of fibrous claws. Perhaps something from a topiary.
More plant stuff.
Plant stuff.
Plant stuff.
Are we friends with the plants now? I'm confused.
Neutral, I'd say. They seem to be not having a great time. And since we're kind of coming in here and killing the things that are hurting it, I think they're pretty much okay with us.
What are the things on the table?
What are the things on the table? Okay, so the bench serves as a sort of a tiny altar, and resting on it are containers of the green dye, a paintbrush, and 4 tiny jade figurines of dragons.
Ooh, can I take the dragon figurines?
You can. Each one is worth 15 gold pieces each.
Alright, so should I
Would
mark
one
it
of
down?
those serve as an arcane focus? I'm going to try one of those now.
Okay, so you pick it up and you try to message an Armigo. Unfortunately, that does not work. Do you hand them over to Samson?
Yeah, he can keep track of them.
Okay. So, Signy, with your survival check, are you searching the rest of the room?
Sure, yeah.
Alright, so perhaps out of sheer boredom, which kind of goes with your persona, you start kicking the ashes of the fire pit. So, you notice that in the fire are several charred bits of goblin bones and armor. This is where they've been roasting them, and you also find the charred remains of dozens of the topiaries, perhaps used as firewood. You do also find one more jade figurine buried in the ash.
Oh, okay. Hey, Samson. Catch.
Yo. Alright.
Toss the
Sai,
tape.
what are those words?
Let me take a look.
What does it say?
Okay. Psychor, why don't you go ahead and give me a history check with advantage from an Armigo?
Absolutely. History. Did it click? Yeah, there it is.
It did.
Crit.
A natural 20. Okay. So, the writings on the wall are largely gibberish, but you do see several draconic runes that denote the followers of the scaly wave rise again. Now, presumably, this is the very same cult of Bashardulon that was buried all the way down in Citadel. And after rising again, it sounds like they had once retreated into the Underdark and are planning a grand return.
Yeah, it's pretty much what we were told to expect by the priest. There's a mass of these things here. This is just the front.
Okay.
Oh shit.
So
Well, let's check their bodies, chuck them in a pile, and start burning them.
First, hey,
Burning them?
Yeah, let's set them on fire.
Do you have a problem with burning them, or do you want them to stink up the place?
I think both would stink.
Yeah, I think burning them is not gonna do any wonders for our air quality. We are in a very enclosed space here.
I mean, one would presume if they were burning things here that there's probably some kind of chute or exhaust.
Probably not. At least nothing that would handle bodies.
I mean, they've literally been burning bodies here. Is it safe to burn them?
I mean, we could just toss them in the room with the goblin corpses.
I mean, or we could just leave them there. Who cares?
Oh, someone wanted to burn them, or someone wanted to move them before, so I was just trying to give another solution.
I think our best
fine.
bet is to move forward quickly rather than waste our surprise advantage here, burning.
We don't have any surprise advantage. They know we're here, and they're waiting for us.
Well, they don't have details because we got the ones that were here. So they're going to know
Let's take their
eventually.
belongings then,
but-
and then we'll move forward.
There, huh?
We'll take their belongings and move forward.
Okay.
What's in the? What about these other doors?
I think that's what Moon. Yeah, that's what he meant by Moon.
Listen to the doors, see what we can hopefully hear, and we'll decide where we move forward from there.
Alright, first, hey Gil, I noticed you got a little hurt, so I'm gonna give you a quick tap on the ass.
Sure, much appreciated. And
Get
I-
it, Samson! Smack that ass!
Thank you.
No, I'm just kidding. He's mine. Don't do that again.
Alright, cool. That gets me back in the fighting shape.
Go
Okay,
ahead, Tiger.
so do we just want to start at the door at the bottom, or do we want to start?
What's this this thing here? Did anyone check this already?
Is the
That is the
cage
cage.
Cage.
had plant captives?
Oh, okay. My bad. I didn't realize that's where they were.
Is this door trapped?
Why don't you go ahead and give me a perception check?
I am super good at this. Not really. Not at all.
Not that you can see.
Okay, well then she thinks it's not trapped. She would try and open it.
Okay, so Greta, all on her own, decides to open a door in the background. Greta, this opens with a creak, but does give way. Okay, let me go ahead and reveal this.
I know, I'm going to get us all killed. I'm sorry. She's just so curious.
Alright. So, you see that this tiny little chamber is filled to the brim with rats, trapped among their own waste, and a small half barrier prevents them from easily escaping when the door is open.
Oh, can we get him out? Can I help him out?
You want to undo the barrier?
Squeakers!
That's what they
Squeakers,
sound
look,
like.
this is awful.
Greta, do you believe you can control all those things? Oh wait, we don't even see what she's doing right now. Never mind.
I don't... Hey, Gil, can you help me get these things out? I don't think she's tall enough to reach over this half barrier you're describing.
Greta, why do you want to release a massive amount of rats?
Look, they're stuck in their own waste. They didn't do anything. I don't want to, control them. I just want to let them out.
They're gonna bite you.
Well, then they're going to bite me. Help me help them out.
So, as this door is open and this whole conversation starts to go on, they start piling up more and more at the source of light.
And I'm going to stick the torch in there so they can climb up.
So they initially recoil in horror as it looks like you're sticking a fire source in there.
Well, it's what I have available.
After a few minutes, they realize there's no heat and promptly start scurrying across one by one in a little horde.
I feel
This
like she
is-
would try and pet them as they pass.
Yeah, they seem very apprehensive about that, but very desperate to get out.
I mean, that's
So
it.
did-
She was just going to rescue them and let them go about their business.
Alright, so rather diffused, they don't manage to knock over the barrier. It does wobble quite a bit. You see, it was not fastened very well, but they seem pretty content to go out one by one in a scurry.
Cool. What's in this door?
Alright. So everybody's just watching in horror as Greta starts to open all the doors.
I will check for a trap first.
I'm,
Alright.
I'm just watching, going at my pipe.
Aha.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit on the table and watch.
I'm just gonna
So-
hold my sword in the air.
You got any good
This-
tunes on you, Samson?
What was that?
You got any good tunes on you? The Benny Hill theme, perhaps?
Is it
Yeah.
trapped?
It is not trapped. Do you give it a tug?
Yes.
All right. So, again, as before, the sweet smell of decay starts to roll out, but these bodies are rather fresh in comparison to the dump pile before. This is the larder.
delicious.
Do they have anything on their bodies? Can I loot them?
Okay, so you see dozens and dozens of goblinoids that have been stripped naked in a pile of blood.
Oh, okay. Well, then, no, I don't care. Nah, just more dead things.
Bunch of goblins.
Just be sure to close the door when you're.
No, she's totally left it open.
Okay,
The
All
rats
the
don't go
rats?
and eat the dead guys.
all the rats are starting to go into that chamber now.
Makes sense.
Look, I fed them too. I must be like the rat savior.
Ugh.
Okay, what's in the other door over here?
Greta,
You guys
are you going to
seriously-
open every door?
Well, what's behind them? Are you saying we shouldn't?
I'm gonna go and pull out a chair next to Signy. I mean, next to Samson.
I mean, gnomes are naturally curious, okay? And she is doubling
Alright.
them.
So,
I will check each handle for a trap first, though.
all right, roll perception. A 17. Okay. So, you don't notice anything on the door handle. But as you start to pull the door open, you see a wire.
Okay, can I dismantle the trap?
Yes, you can. How do you want to do that? These tools. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I can use my mage hand if I need to, if I can't reach it, but these tools.
All right. So rather nimbly, with a tiny pair of small scissors, cut the wire. Nothing happens, so presumably it is quite disabled.
All right, let's open it.
Okay. You swing the door open, and a throwing knife.
Oh, damn it.
Right at you. So, it was quite ready for you to pull the door open.
Oh.
That's a 19 for 7.
Ow.
Greta, move aside real quick. I have something I want to ask this one.
I will happily move aside. Guys, there's a thing. Go get it.
Do we want to do initiative for this, or do we just want it to happen?
I'm kind of just letting this one happen.
Alright,
Psycho
I'm gonna
wouldn't-
step in.
Psycho wouldn't
I just want to
interfere,
close the
so-
door.
Yeah, there's no need to put
Behind
me on
me.
a tracker.
What's
Yeah,
in
I'm
here?
not moving.
I do kind of want to toy with it a little bit. I do want to look at it. Do you speak common?
You hear a hiss and a little bit more of yip yak. But no.
He said no.
Okay. Fair enough. And then I just pummel the shit out of it.
Alright, give me a roll.
Way to go!
If you miss horribly, it will retaliate. Yeah, no, an 18 for 20. Describe to me how you kill it.
Oof.
Brutally?
Yeah, definitely brutally.
Oh, do scales fly off of it?
Yeah, I think like an arm flies off too. Like I think I pull an arm off.
It is now the definition of bone pudding. Are you satisfied?
I'm
Cool,
very
that's all.
sad.
Alright.
All right. You want to
So
look
do
at
you
the
guys-
room,
Yeah,
Greta?
it's in here.
Okay. So you see a small pit of embers. It has more little goblin bits in there, and this chamber was built of crumbling masonry and portions of shattered stone sculptures rather litter the area all around you. So apparently they have defaced several statues, but
Hey, Psychor. Hey, old man, come look at these.
Coming, kiddo.
Ah. They said statues? Are they like
Statues?
religious statues?
that is a very good question.
Look, I found some stone things. What are they?
I will allow a history or religion check.
I'll do history.
Okay.
No.
I guess I'll bring my fat ass over there and do religion.
Close enough.
That's a 26 history. An Armigo.
Yeah.
A 9.
Nope. What they told me about.
Okay, so they are in several pieces, and they have been rather defaced. There's goblin shit all over them, probably kobold shit as well, but you do get something resembling the figure of a tall, regal elf. Getting back together, it looks very reminiscent as the ones before, all the way back here for the troll, Talbasir.
Mhm.
Oh, are they my? Is it the one that I think is my friend?
Is it somebody that you think is your friend?
Is it the one that I saw that I think is a friend?
Roll me a 1 die 20.
Nope.
No,
I'm not sure. I don't know.
you cannot quite tell.
I'm trying to understand the relationship between the elves, the goblins, and the kobolds.
My relationship?
No, the relationship between the three of them, amongst the three of them.
Good
Do
question.
you think there's a temple that was to elves at some point?
The goblins were the original occupants here, right? When we came here, did we come after? We came after goblins, right? Am I remembering that correctly?
26. Okay, so let me go ahead and run through the quick scene of events. Back in town, yes, everybody was complaining about increased goblin activity, and that was not the norm. So for some reason, large amounts of goblins have been coming to this area in the mountain. And
They've
this is
been
a
running.
change that occurred probably over the span of 2 to 4 years, although not as noticeably until the last 2. So the goblins are rather new. According to what you heard from Talbasir, the cult of Ashardalon was, well, they had rather taken over the temple. So the kobolds have been here long before the goblins. The statues that you saw are worn away almost altogether with time. That is a pretty good indication.
So the elves were here first. They built this temple. They built the temple. Then the kobolds moved in. And the goblins have been trying to gain a foothold, but so far it looks like they've been failing. Yeah, I say this out loud.
Yeah. Elves are used to owning old shit like this, so it makes sense.
Hmm. Is this
Greta's
door
made in the
trapped?
background.
Is this door
Here
trapped?
comes to ask about the next one. Okay. Give me another perception check. A 14. Not that you can see. Do you pull it open?
I am going to use Mage Hand on this one because I have learned something.
It doesn't have to be on the door.
Yeah, I'm going to use Mage Hand to open the door.
All right. So the door swings open, and with the grind of stone, you see the light fades down into something of a hallway that leads into darkness.
Hey, there's a hallway. Let's go. Can I stealthily go?
You can.
Bet it leads to their toilet.
Okay.
Can I peek around the corner? What's down there?
Yes, we can.
Go ahead, Samson. I'll come behind you.
So the bright green inscriptions that have been painted all over the last chamber continue down this hall.
Hey,
Before
can
they
you
start to fade around the corner, around the bend. So apparently they don't go much beyond at this point.
can y'all read those?
Psychor, it's the same continuation of the same gibberish that you deciphered before.
I want to peek around the next corner.
It's not really
stealthily.
intelligible, Gerda. I'll let
Still
you know if I
poking.
see anything different.
Thumbs up. Okay, let's start here.
You want to
become
go to
obvious
Samsung,
that
or you want
next
to?
the 4-hour session.
What? I just want to know what's in the room.
Alright. So it is a very quiet, long, and eerie walk down this hallway.
But real, just super quick. I heard Yip Yap coming from over here, right?
Yes, you did.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure I stay behind us just in case we don't.
Oh, okay.
It-
All right. Well, I'll go third then.
Okay, what is this door trapped?
Give me a roll.
Okay,
Not
well,
that you can
I guess I don't think so. I will use Mage Hand to open that one from
All right.
10 feet away.
Just as before with the grind of stone, it swings open, and nothing happens.
Okay, I'm going to stealthily poke my head around the corner.
Alright. You leave the next chamber, you see it is completely empty, and home only to rat droppings all over the place.
It's not
Crumbled flagstones, and several nasty-looking stains.
Okay, I feel like I would check it, but I feel like Greta would not. I mean, I don't know. I think that's pretty consistent with her character. To just...
I'm gonna telepath to Signy to get up here.
What's in? Is there anything else in here? What is this door trap?
Wait, no, I'm more like, what the fuck is in my head? Get up here, where? Wait, what? Who did this? Samson, get out of my head!
Psycho is already like standing against the wall to leave you room to pass through, and he just nods to you.
Ugh.
Okay, so as before, I will pop to the side and Mage Hand it open.
Alright. So, the door swings open. Just as before, nothing happens.
I will stealthily poke my head around.
Alright.
You guys, she's gonna be content to do this all night long.
Now, Signy, as you're following along, go ahead and give me a survival check.
Okay, do you want advantage or not?
Sure, why not?
I just want to be sure.
An 18. So, like I said before, it's a pretty thick layer of rat droppings and stings, so the tracks here are pretty noticeable. Now, there's dozens and dozens, countless even, rats that have been passing through here, but some have been made by humanoids. Now, the older tracks, since it was 18, you can tell that probably about a month ago, there was something of a very big disturbance. So a lot of tiny feet have been going both ways. As a matter of fact, it looks like there was a little bit of an evacuation from further within, but things have since then died down. A little bit more recently, perhaps, 3 or 4 large humanoids, well, not large, medium, your size, moved across this area and continued north.
Oh, okay. I'll look to the group and say, lots of small feet a while back. Makes sense, but larger feet, probably the ranger and whoever the hell came in here recently. And they're heading north.
So, poke my head around to see what's in.
Alright. I will reveal the next room.
This is good. We are trying to find those nobles.
I mean, I'm not loving being in a room filled with shit, so I would like to get out of here.
It does smell quite terribly.
Compared to the rest of the shit we've been against them, like, I can't be that bad.
Have you ever smelled concentrated rat piss? It's pretty bad.
It's bad.
Yeah, but there was rooms filled with decaying corpses.
Okay.
Touche.
Hey, Psycho. Hey, chimney stack. What's that thing?
Okay. So, in this next chamber, you
Yeah.
see lots of dust and odd bits of stony debris as well as rubble lies scattered all over the floor. Now, a
It's like
rather
ours
ornate... Go ahead.
He doesn't reply with a snarky comment this time because that draws his attention and he grows kind of serious and he looks at it. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, that is rather interesting. You see before you an ornate fountain has been built into this eastern wall. Now, though cracked and stained, the fountain's overarching carving of a diving dragon does retain its beauty. It is a... you see a relief, stone carved, the door on the western wall as well. Similarly, a dragon. But the debris and dust covering the floor display tracks only going to the north, and that is pointedly at Signy. So whoever was here did not investigate.
Did do any of the little jade figurines of dragons that we have, are any of them shaped like this statue?
Are they reminiscent of this one? That's a very good question. They're all reminiscent of the last one. The largest one that you have seen here.
The one that had the riddle? Yeah.
The very same. And I will go ahead and reveal the same handout. They all look like this guy.
From this...
Except that they're jade instead of white marble.
Instead of marble, the ones you are holding are jade, but this one is the familiar white and blue and red marble, yes.
There's a riddle on it too.
Oh, there is an inscription. Psychor, why don't you go ahead and give me a history check?
Absolutely. Come on, open. Yeah, roll 20 is a little laggy, but I'm getting it there.
A 10. Not the best. Okay,
No.
so a thin layer of scum does coat the fountain's basin, but it is otherwise dry. You noticed a mostly worn away inscription. Now with the 10, not the greatest, you can tell that it's in Draconic. And I do not believe you are the one who reads Draconic.
No.
So a Narmagil can go ahead and give it a shot.
Alright, I'm looking at the words.
You're looking at the words. Give me a history check.
Wait, I need history to be able to read?
Well, for this, it's rather old Draconic.
Oh, well, never mind then.
A natural 20.
Yeah!
Good job, man.
It is another cipher, very reminiscent of the ones before, only this one says, "Let there be fire."
It says what?
It says, "Let there be fire."
Alright, so I'll be out loud to everybody. Let there be fire.
All right. And as the phrase is spoken aloud,
Oh god, I hope the room doesn't burst in flames.
the fountain appears to function one last time. Now, reluctantly, the mouth of the dragon gives way to a reddish liquid that begins to well from the diving dragon's mouth and slowly accumulates in the bottom of the basin.
Does it smell like blood?
It smells like sulfur, which is to say butt.
Can I go back and get that tort that I left where those rats?
How much is the how much of the liquid is there? Like, can we collect some?
You would say probably about 18 ounces.
Yeah, I think I'd like to collect some.
Okay.
I want to go.
Greta disappears all the way back down.
Greta,
Yep.
wait.
What?
There was bad things that I heard from back there.
Oh, but okay. Well, then come with me. I just want to
Bring
go
a
buy
buddy.
torch. Okay,
That
come
torch
on.
doesn't have any heat on it anyway, Greta.
Well,
Does dancing
okay,
lights
but
work?
it's still a flame.
No,
magical
it's not.
I don't think it'll light anything, but we should still have it anyway.
Yeah.
Signy, give me a perception check as you make your way all the way back.
Perception check.
Yeah, you don't hear anything. It's rather eerie as you make your way all the way across. Where there was a lot of activity before, you hear a numbing silence.
Okay, well, I'm grabbing the torch and going back to everybody else.
Quickly, yep, let's go.
All right.
Okay, I got the torch.
Samson, oddly specific question. Is this the same tune that you heard emanating from the orb from before? Is it stuck in your head?
Yes.
Roll me a 1d20.
Samson's song is clearly the Barbie song.
You hear your songs begin to echo just a little bit more than it should. And it carries all the way down the hall.
Oh no, Samson. It was
It's
a good
actually-
idea,
it's
but I
actually
think
fun,
everyone
isn't it?
knows we're here now.
Was I able to collect the goop?
Psycho, what are you using to collect the goop? Oh wait, he went AFK. Yep, he went AFK. Okay, so do we want to take a 5-minute break real quick?
Might as
Sure.
well.
May as well. So bathroom, water, food, whatever you gotta do. I will be back in a few.
Cannot believe I've not gotten myself killed yet.
Samson just. Come on, Barbie. Go.
Take a quick break.
Oh, okay, cool.
Sorry.
Did you guys see anything interesting when you went back?
No. It was quiet instead of noisy.
Eerily quiet, which is definitely a good sign.
I mean, look, I got my torch and I came back and nothing bad happened, so Greta thinks she's invincible.
Nothing's happened yet. Okay.
He did ask how you were going to collect the stuff.
I used my water skin for collecting something in the village, so it's probably just be like a repeat of that. What did I collect? I collected something. Wine. I collected wine.
You think it's alchemist fire, maybe? Stuff.
I mean, look, all I know is I'm holding a torch of fancy fire from within this dungeon, and I'm standing next to a fountain of red liquid that says, "Let there be fire."
Yeah,
Yeah, which I said out loud and then the thing worked.
Well, yeah, but maybe
my thought is that it could be some sort of alchemist fire, but I think it's also like
I'm back.
it's that for the purpose of being a key, maybe. But I mean, we don't know as yet.
So do we have everybody?
I'm still here.
Darren's putting it in his water skin.
You're using a water skin for this. Okay.
Hopefully it's not acid.
So you try to coax it into your leather water skin. The moment it makes contact, you start to smell burning.
Ooh, can I withdraw?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll withdraw. I love that skin.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late. Wi-Fi went out at work at 5.
Hey, Yuri,
Oh, that
come over here
sucks.
and try this.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, come over here and try this red liquid.
Don't do
Okay.
that.
Him to
He's being
drink
mean
it.
to you. Don't do that. Okay, look. Can we all come out here and then use an unseen servant or mage hand to drop this torch in that red?
I don't
We
think
already know what
I
torch
don't think the
doesn't do
torch is
anything.
gonna light anything up. I mean, just think of it like for the lack of better words, a flashlight. It just shines light. It doesn't set anything on fire.
I'm just saying. It says, "Let there be fire," and this is a quote unquote fire from within this temple.
We tried to light
Yeah, but
something
we
on fire
already
with
know.
that.
We already know
before.
from our experience with this particular torch that it doesn't actually emit fire. It's not fire.
So who can
Okay.
shoot fire?
Not me.
Somebody shoot fire.
That's not a
into it.
good sign. The map just going away like this. Like, just,
And Greta, why not try one of your fire arrows if that's what you want to do?
Oh yeah, where I set my arrows on fire with my lighter.
Yeah.
Stick that there. Yeah, I do.
All right, so I'm on board for that. Let's see what it does.
Like, can we all come out here and, like, I want to set one of my arrows on fire and use my mage hand to drop it in the thing.
What are you using to set your arrow on fire?
I think I used tinder or whatever from my explorer's pack when I was out. Do you remember when I tried to set my arrow on fire way back?
Right.
I was thinking, like, does anybody have firebolt or anything?
No.
Jesus,
Not
I
yet.
want good
If you
firebolt.
try to do that, Greta, it will cost you a torch.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay?
How do I make it? How do I tell it to, like, get rid of one of the torches I had? I don't know how to know.
It should have a number next to it.
Yeah, you can do it.
It's not very.
Here, let me have a look. Where are your torches?
I don't know. Shouldn't they be in my explorer's pack?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
So
there it is.
you had it condensed, and it needs to be edited because it's in the description of an item, which is kind of a pain in the ass. But you bring this up, you drag that arrow all the way down. Now you have 9 torches. Okay?
Okay. Can Uruk come in here? I don't want anybody in that room when we put fire things in the stinky sulfur.
Right. Okay. So, Ulrich, you are ushered back a room. I don't think you know what's going on.
Okay. So I will use mage hand to drop the fire arrow in the sticky liquid.
Okay, so you're taking a shot at the top. Go ahead and roll me your bow, just for the sake of it.
Okay, well that was a saving throw, but it was still a dex, right?
It's supposed to be an attack roll, but you did roll a 17.
Okay, sorry. I couldn't with the bow.
Okay. So, Cycler, just to be clear, nothing was collected,
No.
and now she's taking a shot to light it on fire.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So, Greta, you line up the shot and release a fire arrow into the fountain's basin. There's something of an explosion that resounds from within the walls, and this is a small chamber. It echoes ear-piercingly loud through the stone walls. Ulrich, you hear the mountain quake. Not a lot, just a little bit.
Guys, I don't know if this is. I kind of think that the mountain might come down on.
What do you see, Gil? What's out there now?
Well, it was a bunch of explosions. The thing just blew up, and
There is a lot of smoke in the chamber now.
Can we wait for it to dissipate?
You can. It
I
takes
like-
a few minutes because
that's fine.
there's no breeze at all, but it does eventually settle.
Is the statue still there?
It is.
Huh.
Is this door trapped?
Okay,
Would someone who's better at perception like to look and see if that door is trapped?
so on the western door, you see carvings. Now, any dust that might have been obscuring them before has been thoroughly rattled off. So you see a carved relief of Skeletal Dragon on this door.
wait, is the goop gone?
The goop is gone. You blew it up.
Damn.
Oh,
All right.
so was the goop in here?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
And it's all gone now?
It is.
Is there anything in there now?
Give me a perception check.
Did I get? Oh, good.
So you notice that the stone beneath the basin in the bottom is now cracked quite considerably.
I don't know who makes these garbage dungeons, but it's clearly not up to par. Look, there's a giant crack right in the bottom of this thing.
Is there anything in it?
I don't know. Probably not. It's probably just air.
Can you help
These
me in
guys
there?
suck.
What's in there?
Well, there was goop. Now the goop blew up and went down the hole.
Greta, you are really content on going into this hole in the ground that is. We have no idea where it goes. It literally could be lava down there. Or
Put the
anything.
little mouse. Send the
do you
little
want me
mouse
to-
thing down there.
No.
yeah, Squeakers could probably scout it
I
out.
could stick a mage hand.
Well, the mage hand doesn't have eyes.
I'm just gonna try and repeat the phrase that Gil said. Let there be fire. Did he say it in Draconic?
He did have to say it in Draconic, but why don't you go ahead and roll me a deception with advantage? This is kind of your field. In 18. Okay. So it's not perfect, but you do get it close enough. So, Adarmagil, you hear Samson say, "Let there be firestorm."
Let there be firestorm.
Let there be firestorm. A little bit off, but close enough. So, Signy, give me a perception check with advantage.
Okay.
It's let there be firestorm.
Oh my
Mistaken
god.
voice.
I hate my rolls.
Okay.
Better than fire spoon.
I don't want to know what kind of creature that would be, but I do have several ideas. Okay. With an 11, you think you hear something of a metallic roar, almost like metal bending. And out from the dragon's mouth is a gush. Just a positively gushing stream of this red, smoking liquid. Everybody, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Yikes.
Oh, I thought that was me with the 21. 16 is good.
Fucking, I hate my rolls so much.
Okay. So, let's go through with who succeeded. Greta,
Yeah.
by some miracle, there is a perfect outline of your tiny little shape where it didn't splatter, even though you're so fucking close.
Well, maybe I ducked underneath the edge.
Maybe you're just too short, yeah.
Yeah.
Ulrich, you're a little far enough to the side. It doesn't hit you. Anarmagil, you manage to step into the doorway. You are close enough. You're not even in the fucking room. Everybody else, on the other hand, you get splashed.
Ew.
Yucky.
Oh, at least I put away my pipe.
For 7 damage. This liquid is quite hot and acidic. The moment it touches your skin, you feel it start to burn away.
The liquid burns away?
Your skin. Well, their skin.
I was hoping.
Nope.
I was hoping it was the liquid. Does anybody have any water or some way to create water or wash these people off?
You also start to smell smoke again.
Did I smell it before?
I mean, you did when it went off the first time when she launched a fire arrow into the basin.
I'm gonna get out of here.
Actually, we do need someone to check that other door. I think that the two of them are connected.
I'm headed north.
Everybody give me a dexterity check with advantage.
North is totally the closer door.
Everyone's rolling this dexterity
A
check.
check or saving throw?
Saving throw. Sorry. And yes.
Hey, look, I got 2 identical rolls.
I got
Okay.
2 on the first roll.
So, Uruk, you launch yourself down that hallway, and you are well in the clear. As a matter of fact, everybody sees this coming. Okay. So, just as soon as you smell smoke, that strong metallic smell of sulfur, your fire arrow is still burning in the bottom of that basement.
Okay.
And you see fire start to launch up and over the walls where it was splattered.
Oof.
Can I use my mage hand to grab the fire arrow out?
Already spreading.
Okay, well,
Does that mean the basement is filling up? Or
Yeah.
that the fire is spreading from the
No,
arrow?
it's gonna explode again.
Okay.
I'm gonna step out of the room. Let it eat up its fuel.
Can we get rid of the fire arrow? That's what Greta just asked, right?
Yes.
More or less, yeah.
It is already spreading.
Right, okay.
So I'm assuming everybody ducks out.
Yes.
Yes.
And let me go ahead and reveal just a little bit more ahead of you so that anybody on the northern end can escape into the northern end. Okay. So it's not long before the fire roars out and over the wall. It completely encases the chamber. So you smell burning hair, burning dust, rat shit, and lots of sulfur as giant cloud of smoke. It completely blinds everybody, even into the next chambers, because the doors were not closed.
Sorry, guys.
Everybody, the air underground was already very thin, and now it's almost impossible to breathe in the smoke. The fire does, however, get choked out almost simultaneously.
Did warn you guys about burning stuff under here.
I seem to remember you saying you were game with that idea when I said let's set it on fire.
What happened to the other 2?
We just didn't move because the other room wasn't revealed yet.
Yeah, we came
Okay.
down south.
Right, but I wouldn't have known that.
Okay, is that arrow still in there?
It is not.
I think we just leave the dragon and everything else. I think we just
I
leave.
wanted-
So,
I don't
what?
feel like dying to a trap.
Can we please? What's in the door?
What's
Do we want to check this door first or continue? Is the main question here. I mean, my vote is for the door.
The one by me and you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it trapped?
I don't
Take me.
know.
Is it trapped?
all right? Does everybody go back and inspect the door?
I stay here.
Yeah, I'll hang out here for a
Doesn't look trapped to me.
So you don't see any traps, but you do see an inscription door. It is also in Draconic.
I don't think I could speak that. Just some gibberish. I don't know. Probably nothing.
Yo, what does it say? You can read these, right?
So you want to go back into a room filling with smoke and fire that just blew up on us, so I can read
No,
it.
then don't read it aloud and then tell us in common what it says.
And plus, we're short. All the smoke rises.
Yeah, I
Can
can
I
read
see
it
from back
out.
here?
Non-smoke filled.
Is there smoke in this room, or is it just thin air?
The air is thin because most of it was burned away, and the smoke is starting to settle out again. There's still no breeze, so it does take quite a few minutes.
Okay.
The statue, however, seems to have puffed its last breath of fire. It does not keep going.
Okay. Is the door... It's not trapped. But there's... Who else speaks Draconic?
Just me.
Oh. Okay, well, what's it say?
In
Like in the
common,
room.
please.
I want to know if I can see it from back here, so I don't have to be in a fire.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Shit. Can I do a rub with my calligraphy or my cartography tools, and then give it to him?
Yes.
I mean, if you can't, surely I have something in my forger's kit to copy it. I should totally be able to copy it.
Either or. It's not very difficult. So, Ulrich, your initial idea is to take a piece of charcoal and parchment and make a rubbing. Is that what we do?
Right. Yep.
Very
I mean,
simple.
as long as it'll work, like as long as it's not like flush with with the door or anything like that.
No, it is carved in relief, so that would work quite handily. And you present that to an armigo.
Here you go, buddy.
I read it.
Now, this inscription reads, "Rebuke the dead, open the way."
Rebuke
I guess I will read that to everybody. Rebuke the dead.
Where's the dead? Is there any more dead down here? Is it just a matter of saying, "Get out of here, dead"?
There's a lot of dead.
Because I mean, I don't know how often I've told the dead to go, but it's never really worked before.
So none of us really are clerics or anything. The only thing I can do is sense the dead. None of us really have a way to rebuke them.
I mean, besides our words. Can you tell them in Draconic? You know, like...
Can
Get the
any
fuck out
of
of here or
you heal the door?
Alright, everybody, stand back. I have an idea. Whoever doesn't want to explode should probably leave the room. I try the door.
Okay, so you try the handle and give it a jiggle, and it doesn't budge.
Okay. Greta, is this thing locked with a lock, or is it locked with like some sort of weirdness?
Can I...
You see no keyhole, Greta. It looks like it's stuck.
I think it's probably some weirdness because there's not a hole for my stuff.
Yeah. I just bite my tongue and continue on down the hallway.
No, okay, guys, come on. Okay, rebuke means, right, to express sharp disagreement. So,
We can't just point at the door and say, "Go away, dead."
no, but we can say that dead people are totally jerk faces and they should stay dead.
Alright, so out of character, with none of us being clerics, is there anything we can do to rebuke the dead? Or should we just keep moving?
The door doesn't work.
So you could give me a religion check with advantage.
Maybe just show your holy symbol at it.
Like, what if I give it a vicious mockery and make it think that it's a...
Make it think that it's a hole.
Yeah.
A 14. Okay. So, just at a wild guess, you could work with opposites. Maybe lay on hands?
Yeah, that's what I said. Heal the door.
Alright, I'll go ahead and use one point of lay on hands on the door.
Okay. So, you reach out your hand and touch the door. So, slowly emanating out from your fingertips, the door glows a ghostly blue. I'm not discussing that slip of the tongue. And it slowly swings open silently.
I want fingertips. Okay, so it's opening.
Kids that
It is
can
open.
feel back.
Yay!
And it has opened.
Can I just, before anybody moves in there, can I just check that crack over here?
Okay.
That's
So,
been chewing away at my mind a little bit.
where the floor had started to give way before, it has given way entirely. and it goes down at least a couple of feet. So why don't you go ahead and give me a perception check? Are you like climbing over the edge to get a look at this?
Yeah, I'm getting right in there.
With the 12, I mean, you're close enough, and like you said, you're getting right in there. So you do notice that this is something of a cache. This is probably the reservoir where the liquid was being kept. And you do see iron pipes leading into the walls and up to the dragon, all very easy to see. You do, however, see something a little bit charred, something of a residue, but it looks like a sword.
Ooh. Grab it, I guess.
It is very hot. Give me a dex save.
Okay.
Probably because there were two very hot explosions that have emanated from this very same source. It has been superheated.
Good point. And I can't let go of it.
It does take a little bit of the skin of your fingertips off. In an instant, 1 point. Not, well, yes, okay, your fingertips have been burned away.
Oh no. My precious fingertips.
He needs those for pleasure.
Just throw it on the ground there in front of me.
Okay.
Look, there's a burning hot sword there. Anybody feels the need.
Can I use Mage Hand to like brush whatever gunk is on it off so we can see what it looks like better?
You can. Okay.
Let's do that. I want to see it better.
So underneath this black scum residue, you see an inscription on the sword. The very same that was on the statue, the dragon. And this sword, despite its conditions, appears timeless. It still shines silver.
That a dwarf made that. Let me tell you.
Can I read the sword?
It says, "Let there be fire."
Thanks,
Is it a long
sword.
sword,
Read it out loud.
broadsword? What type of sword is it?
It is a longsword.
So, does somebody want it?
Can anybody use it?
I mean, does someone have an unseen? Someone had an unseen servant, right? Can't they carry it for us till it cools off?
I don't want to use my last spell slot.
Oh, does that use a slot? Okay, well, I can carry it with. It's less than 10 pounds, right?
It's a longsword. I don't remember how much they weigh off the top of my head.
I think it
Go
is.
ahead and drag a longsword on.
But we can wrap it in a cloak or something. It's not a big deal. I'm more concerned.
Yeah, if it
about
was
who's
a
gonna get
broadsword,
it.
I would take it.
Does anybody use longswords?
I don't think I can.
Are you sure it's
There's a
not a
couple people that
broadsword?
can. There's people that can use it, but I mean,
Yeah,
if
like
anything,
I can use long swords. But
It's like, but either one of the people who could really get a good use out of it, it doesn't go for fighting style.
I'll carry
Yeah,
it.
like I'm better just with my.
Okay, but it is still a shiny, timeless weapon with fancy ruins on it. Like, surely it's worth something.
Oh no, it's definitely worth taking. I mean, it's just that sadly, we can't make use of what's probably a pretty good sword.
I'll carry it if no one else wants it.
What do you mean
Yeah.
by broadsword? I don't remember seeing a broadsword.
Broadsword and longsword.
No, I
are
didn't
actually
say
the
it
same
was a
sword.
broadsword. I said that.
Do
Okay.
you mean greatsword? What do you
Yeah, I do
use?
mean great. Yeah, I do mean great sword.
Great sword, not broadsword. Okay. So I want to say that this would be like a hand and a half sword, but they don't have bastard swords anymore. So
No, those are longswords. Because longswords are actually two-handed. Well, yeah, you know that
okay.
kind of thing.
They did incorporate that. Okay.
Yeah.
So it still would be a longsword. Yeah.
I think, I mean, I just
Oh, I
know
can
that
use
from watching
longswords.
YouTube
Look at that.
videos.
Oh,
I
but I
don't-
bet does it have finesse on it?
It does not.
And
Oh.
you might be
No,
a
longswords
little,
have versatile one.
you might be a little undersized for a longsword. I don't know. What
I
you're
have a
2 feet tall?
proficiency in it.
It is not heavy.
That would be interesting to see.
No, I don't. I think I
Am
would
I
keep the rate.
coming through? I wanted it to carry it.
Yeah, you can take it.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you wait for it to cool. But
Yeah.
yes.
Greta, you want the scimitar instead?
I want a what?
if you want the scimitar.
Oh, no, I'm okay. I have this vicious dagger.
Okay.
How about I go ahead and double back and say it is a greatsword, just looking at the values.
Okay, if it's a great sword, then I'll pick it up and say, "Let there be fire," and I'll
Oh God.
I guess I will, as a ritual, cast detect magic. Wait, what?
Okay.
You said, "Let there be fire." No, I'm running away from that shit.
Okay. If you use your identify as a ritual, then it doesn't take one of your spell slots.
Right.
Do we have time for that?
Yes.
I mean, it should
Question mark?
should only
could-
take 10 minutes longer than
we
the
could-
original cast.
Whoever's
Alright.
going to cast it.
Samson, would you like to use identify on this so we can see if this thing's cursed or not before I start swinging it up?
Yeah, sure.
Wait, but do you have? Doesn't it require a pearl worth 100 gold points?
Did you buy a pearl, Samson, at creation?
No.
Like an identify for me? You, good sir, need to find a pearl.
Alright, in that case, the fire was good until we blew it up.
Want to check this again?
Alright, I'll just take the broadsword and I will do detect magic as a ritual.
Okay, so go ahead and click on detect magic for me. And just have this going in the background. Now, Ulrich, you are examining the contents of this room. So you see 5 dusty sarcophagi, 3 to the north and 2 to the south. And they're standing on end, which is rather strange.
Okay.
Each of the carved stone coffins resembles a noble, elf-like humanoid with ceremonial robes. An altar with images of dragons carved into it. It's made of black obsidian and set into the center of the western wall, with a single candle burning brightly.
There are 5 sarcophaguses,
There are.
and we have 5
Sarcophagus.
little dragon statues.
You do.
What was the other thing with the light here?
It is a single candle burning a bright green.
Oh, that's not something you see every day.
And they're green statue. Okay. Can we
These-
Now, next
These
to the
guys-
candle, good lord. Next to the candle is also a small whistle and a crystal flask.
Okay, I grab those.
Do it.
And I'm going to look at the elf-like things.
Oh, my detect magic would go into that room, by the way.
It would go 30 feet. What is 30
Gotta
feet?
reach the back of the room.
Every single part of the room. Okay. So this does take you 10 minutes, but sometime during this, you can tell the sword is magical. All the stone around you is magical. The sarcophagi are magical. The altar is magical. You are in the Sunless Citadel. The sword, on the other hand, belongs to the School of Evocation.
What about the whistle and the silver decanter? Or the crystal decanter?
The whistle, you feel necromancy, and the decanter would be evocation again.
Okay. And these things are like elf-like beings, sort of like the troll that we met before?
No. Okay, so it's a very noble-looking elf-like humanoid. So when I say elf-like, I mean they are slightly shorter and thinner with longer ears.
I mean, my inclination is we claim 5 sarcophagi. We have 5 dragon statues that are green. I want to put one in each sarcophagus. Or in front of it. You know, it just feels like it's
What happened the last time that we messed with the sarcophagus?
I mean, that's
I'm
a
gonna
fair
bring-
point, but like the last time we lit 4 torches, they just like lit.
And opened a evil troll thing.
Who healed us and gave us money?
Yeah, it doesn't make him any less evil.
That's
Yeah,
true.
he also ordered us to commit genocide in this mode.
Of the filthy lizard things.
Genocide is
Technically.
genocide.
Technically, he asked us to do it, and I said,
All I'm
did not
saying
give
is,
it to
if
us
you're gonna
right there,
fuck
by
with
the
that
way.
stuff, just be ready to get attacked.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring the whistle and decanter to Sai and say, evocation and necromancy is what's on these. What the fuck?
Sai says that might have been really useful a little while ago.
So, Psycho, you can tell that the flask is a red liquid, and it looks like a potion. Just at a wild guess, you'd probably say fire resistance.
Yeah, so I'll
that would have been useful.
So I'll look at the flask and I'll just enclose Yurik's fingers on it and say, hang on to this. If there's fire up ahead, I think you should be the one to hold this.
Oh, okay. What's it do?
I think it'll protect you.
Do I just rub it on myself?
does it
Say
smell
yes. Say yes. Yes.
I want to say yes so badly, but Yurik
I want to
protected
see
me.
this.
I want to say yes so badly, but Yurik protected me earlier, so I owe him. I owe Yurik
I like
and I
drinking.
owe Samson and someone else. I think Signy I owe as well. So yeah, I'll tell Yurik. Well, it's a potion, so you'll have to drink
Okay.
it. What
Alright,
does the
about
whistle
this
do though?
whistle thing?
So the whistle is made out of solid, transparent crystal, but you do see an inscription on it, and that actually reads in Dwarvish, of all
Oh.
things.
Oh, I
I
can
know
read
what that says.
Yeah.
So the moment you see these Dwarvish runes on it, it strikes both of your attention. It actually has...
Oh wait, no, I don't read Dwarvish. Sorry.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
No.
Oh, Rick, it does leap out at you, though. And you see the inscription reads Nightcaller.
It says Nightcaller. I wonder what that means. I blow
Calls
it.
out the dead, man. Calls out the night.
He blew it.
Don't.
Yeah.
No.
Too
I
late.
blow
He said he did it. Ah, you and me are gonna be buddies.
it.
Do you actually blow the whistle?
Yep.
You had to do it next to all of us, though? Like, oh, God.
Did we
Everybody's so
for suicide room?
It's dwarven. It's got to be okay.
What? Dwarves
You've
make
never
like
heard
half
of
the shit in the
Faerun.
known universe, and most of it is to kill things.
Okay.
Hey, how many dwarves do you know?
Doragor?
So you give
What?
it a blow, and from somewhere back in this room, you hear the sound of nails on stone.
Well, that's a terrible sound.
Oh,
You
is someone
think?
You guys
stuck?
hear that?
Yeah,
It's
Sai pats you friendly on the shoulder and says, "Well, I hope the potion helps. Go get him, buddy."
Oh my God.
We are, however, going over time. So is that where we want
Yeah.
to leave it?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a pretty good cliffhanger. All right, guys.
Alright.
Good game.
Glad I could
There's
Coming
no
up.
way I can figure out what's up with this word yet, right? I'll probably have to sleep with it or whatever.
Probably.
Nice.
That's how I
Some of
figure
that-
out most of my things.
Some of that bedroom talk.
That's where you learn a lot about yourself. Yeah.
That's
Very
right.
well.
Anyone
Yeah.
else notice the suspicious hole in the middle of these rooms?
What? Oh, I mean,
I
it's
bet
probably just
there's-
solid stone.
I bet there's a secret door.
Is there a door?
We'll
Uh,
find out next.
Not that you noticed.
On
but
Dragon
yeah.
Ball Z. Alright.
Alright, thanks for
guys.
running the game tonight, man.
Yeah. Thanks,
Yeah.
man. Sorry I was so late, guys, but
Oh,
That's
no,
alright.
I'll,
at least I
I'll
could
post
fuck it
the-
all up at the end.
I'll post the recording so you'll see everything.
Okay.
It was mostly me sticking my head in danger. It was fun.
Oh, okay.
Yep, it was lots of fun. All right, guys, have a good night.
Cool. All right. See you guys.
Later.